No contacts, no venues, no roadmap. You just had your vision and you had sleepless nights, countless challenges. How do you want to remember those initial struggles?
I have no words for that. Like I have stay awake for 48 hours straight for the events, defining an artist, last moment cancellations.
Can you share one of the biggest obstacles you have faced and how you overcame it while hosting the events?
It was like my first biggest event I hosted. It was like a whole tour for well-known artist DJ Chetas.
Right.
He's like a world's number one Bollywood DJ.
How did you develop your skills?
When you host a large scale event, like you have to aware about the venue fees, hidden fees, and everything. Especially to learn that stuff, I work as a security guard in the club.
How has technology changed the way events are organized?
Right now, there is a really nice technologies, but the one I like it is 3D mapping.
In your opinion, what's the difference between a successful event and one that flops? All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to Beyond the Borders Season 1 with me, Arjun. And you are listening to us on 96.7 cklu.ca and Radio Player Canada app. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Arjun and I already mentioned the show is Beyond the Borders with Arjun Season 1. Well, I'm pretty much excited today because I have a very young and amazing entrepreneur who is very popular name in event industry in northern Canada. From engineering to event entrepreneurship, today's guest is a true visionary who turned passion into a thriving reality. Born in Gujarat, India, my guest, Darshit Patel, moved to Canada to further his education, earning a diploma in automotive technology from Cambrian College. But beyond engineering, his heart was always in event management, especially inspired by Tomorrowland, which is one of the best music festival in the world. With no industry connections, no venues, no roadmap, just a relentless, vision. He stepped into the world of events in 2022. Despite the challenges, his determinations paid off when he hosted his first sold out event in April 2023, bringing over 700 people together. Can you imagine that? For an unforgettable night in Sudbury. Since then, he has organized more than 25 sold out events across northern Canada, including the DJ Cheta's US Canada tour, seamlessly blending music, culture, and entertainment. Darshit's ambition goes beyond nightlife. He is also the founder of the Indian Food Carnival, the first ever Indian food festival in Northern Ontario, with plans to expand it to more cities and even internationally. For him, events are more than just gatherings. They are experiences that bring people together, create lasting memories, and push creative boundaries. From an engineer to a game changer in the event industry, his journey is a testament to the power of resilience, vision, and fearless innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the man himself, the popular name in the event management industry, especially in Canada, and he is planning to further in US as well. He is none other than Darshit Patel. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Arjun Bhai. And first of all, I would like to thank you for the amazing and blasting introduction of mine. Yeah, and yeah, this is my second podcast I'm doing with you, and I hope everything goes pretty well.
For
and
sure, for sure.
I can I want to be very informative today for the event industry.
Absolutely.
So yeah, let's begin.
Let's begin. Let's get it started. So let's begin your journey from engineering to event entrepreneurship. It's remarkable. What was the defining moment that made you take the leap into the event industry, and what kept you going despite the initial struggles? I want to begin from there.
So, so talking about like entering into the event industry, that's a really nice question. Like I want to start this journey since 2012, but due to some circumstance, I was not able to do that. But like when I came to Canada, I started my journey in like 2022. Like I hosted a two small event. Like one was an Halloween event and one was an Navratri festival, and those two events like in one single month, and it went really went to be honest. Like people were so happy. It was like a all new concept to the Sudbury, and also in terms of Navratri, like that is a cultural event for the Gujarati, and that was also pretty very nice. And luckily the Navratri events was sold out,
Wow.
and I just take that as a blessing from Ma, like from Goddess. And since then I just started working hard, really hard, and I ended up my first sold out event in April 2023, like in never before in Sudbury, like 700 gathering for the
Wow.
Bollywood event. That is like impossible, but I make it possible.
What was the defining moment for you? I want to listen about that.
Defining moment, like staying in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, defining like as I mentioned that I did a sold out event.
Mm-hmm.
Like I worked really hard for that event. Like the DJ named Samak.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a very nice guy and very nice DJ. He's from like Gujarat itself. We had a 4 hour meeting on the call. Like we were selecting all the single songs for them, like for the audience, because I don't want like any single minute in this event to get ruined. So at that event, it was like I, I was like feeling that I'm in the dream. Like everything was like like going pretty smooth without any like complications, and the event went pretty well. And that is something that I never experienced before, and this like that keeps me stay in this industry.
Mm.
And yeah.
If you have to remember your initial struggles, I mentioned
Mm-hmm.
like you had very tough beginning, no
Mm-hmm.
contacts, no venues, no roadmap. You just had your vision, and you had sleepless nights, countless challenges. How do you want to remember those initial struggles and phases?
Initial struggles, like I have no words for that. Like I have like stay awake for like 48 hours straight for the events, like defining an artist, last moment cancellations. Like I have been like through this all the problems, and like yeah, this is like that is all I can say. Like I don't have more to explain, but like the only thing is I am doing is like I'm staying in consistent for this event, and that is helping me a lot. I don't think about more struggle. I think about the event, that how I can make it successful. That is the only motto I have it for this event industry.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You little bit talk about your events.
Yeah.
What was your first introduction to the event industry?
Uh, so the first introduction was like Tomorrowland festival, as you mentioned, and it like in 2012, I was sitting with my cousin, and my cousin is a big fan of EDM music, and he always was like watching this festival after movies videos on YouTube, like Ultra Music Festival, Tomorrowland Music Festival, and everything. And one day I was like sitting with him, and like he just showed me like look at this festival, and from that day I just want to be like a part of this thing. Like whenever I see that video, I still have like a moment marked up in that video, like Tomorrowland 2012 after movie video. If you go on 10 minutes and 45 seconds, that is like a world in the video, and there like that world represents like everyone's together and without any fights
Right.
and anything. Like there is no corruption when you are in
Mhm.
Tomorrowland. So that is more making me more passionate about the music and event industry, that I want to be the part of it, I want to be the host of it, and I just want to bring people together, enjoy their life, and just don't think about anything else, like no stress and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so managing large scale events come with challenges
Yeah.
like logistics, vendors, audience engagement, and unexpected setbacks.
Hmm.
You said. Can you share one of the biggest obstacles you have faced and how you overcame it while doing hosting the events?
So let me take you back in November 2023.
Sure.
Like, it was like my first biggest event I hosted. It was like a whole tour for well-known artist DJ Chetas.
Right.
He's like a world's number one Bollywood DJ,
Mm-hmm.
and we are doing his Canada and US tour. So when it comes to an international artist, the first struggle starts with the immigration. Like, we have to work a lot to get him approval, especially for the Canada visa. Like, we applied 2 or 3 times, I will say, and every time we put the file, it's come to a rejection. Like, okay, this candidate is not good enough to come to Canada. They just literally mentioned that. And somehow I got the visa approved for that, and I booked the like show, like the venue.
Thank God.
Yeah. It was like very toughest moment when you were getting like international artist visa
Right.
approval. Like,
Mhm.
I never feel that challenge in my student visa, to be honest. So at that moment we started the whole tour. US was pretty smooth for us. Like, we did like 7 to 8 shows, and each shows was sold out. But when we come to Toronto, it's like lots of challenges, especially why? Like, because I'm the one single guy who is handling whole show,
Wow.
from finance to venue, for like accommodation, like all the food and beverage for the artist, and A to Z, like flights and everything. Like, I booked like luxury cars for the artist. Like, I have like 2 G wagons for him booked, and it cost me a lot. And going forward, like, when he went on the stage for the sound check and everything, he was like, okay, this is not the thing I wanted. Like, at the last moment he requested the whole LED wall, like 50-60 feet LED wall. We have to like somehow manage that. And you won't believe, there was like 1700 people. It's like a big revenue stream, but like I didn't make any money from that show.
Hmm.
Even like I lose like 9,000 from my pocket. But I believe, when every time you host the event, it is not about the money. It is about your passion, and you're marking your, like, your you're marking your name on in the event industry. Like,
True.
yeah, you can do this. And to be honest, I was like, feeling very proud. On the other side, I was on the video call with my parents, and when the Chetas went on the stage, I was like literally showing them, like I was the behind the stage, showing them the Chetas and the audience, and it was like very emotional moments for my father. My father was crying on the other side, like he was like, uh, "Son, you did it." I was like, "Okay, I earned it a
How
lot."
was the feeling?
Yeah, it's like I was literally crying. Like, my girlfriend knows that. I was like literally crying behind the stage. Like, I know it's a very happy moment, but like it was like something that I cannot describe in the words. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so how did you develop your skills by the time in event planning, productions, and artist management as a one man army? You are all alone.
So basically, I will say one thing. When I did the Cheetah show, that was the first biggest shows I did it, and I was like not totally educated for the event industry. I just went in and I just like with the one mindset, like I have to do
Yeah.
this. I was like not asking any pricing and everything. I was like, okay, he was asking this, okay, just give them my money. Just make it clear that the event goes smoother. But then I just started realizing that I have to understand the perks of the events and the downgrades of the events, because event not comes with money, it comes with the losses that you have to stay prepared for that. Like for an example, when you host a large scale event, like you have to aware about the venue fees, hidden fees, and everything. Especially to learn that stuff, I work as a security guard in the club,
Wow.
like how I can like learn all the A to Z pricing for the club to host the event. Like when you host the event, like lots of club owner charge you lots of money. Like they will just say it's a service fees and everything, but we have to bargain with them. Like you we don't have to pay like what they are asking. If we do that, we will not make any money, I will say. Like the club, when you host the event, the club owner will make the money, the artist will make the money, the audience will enjoy, and but you will not make any money. And after some time, we don't want that you put the money into the event every time. You also want to earn something. So at that moment, I started realizing that I have to learn more about that. So I started myself as a security guard in the club. I started listening to the podcast, as podcast helped me a lot. I listened one podcast who runs the Sunburn Music Festival in India. They just told everything in detail, that how you have to go through the all the artist things and everything. And from that podcast, I have learned a lot, to be honest, in terms of artist
Management.
like artist booking, venue booking, and ticket selling. Those are the main three concepts you have to like be aware about every time when you hosted an event.
Okay, so let's talk about the pricing and budget of an event. What goes into pricing and budgeting an event, and how do you negotiate with artists, sponsors, and venues? And then one more questions with that. What are the key revenue streams for event organizers?
For hosting an event, like I will say, like we have to do some studies little bit. Like when it comes to, like, let's say I want to host an event in Toronto area with a well-known artist, let's say DJ Chetas.
Okay.
Okay, so first of all, let's talk about like booking an artist. So when I have to book the artist, I have to do the case study, like what kind of audience will be attending and how much audience will come. I have to make an estimate, like how much audience will come. Like it is not like that, like okay, Chetas is coming, like 5,000 people are coming. We cannot like assume that,
Right.
because like it will be like big loss. So I like, let's say like booking an artist, like we have to get a number of people, like how many number of people are going to attend that, and on that number of people we have to like keep the minimum ticket price, let's say $30 into 2,000 people. And whatever we are getting, then we are offering that 40% to that artist fee. So Chetas is a great like big name, so obviously he's asking more. But like when it comes to like hosting an event for the newcomers, they have to go like that way. Like
Right.
they have to build a whole case study for that. Like what kind of people are going to come, how many revenue stream are they are going to have it. Suppose like for, let's say, this kind of event like DJ Chetas Bollywood night or DJ night, what we say, like in that we have like three most common revenue stream. Like first we have ticketed, that is the oxygen for the event industry.
Right.
And second one is the sponsorships. Like we have many different sponsorship, but it depends like how you are getting them. Like mostly the sponsorship are in exchange of the service. Like say if Chetas needs some kind of food and beverages at the spot, like at the club, then there should be an hotel sponsoring that food and beverages. Then about the traveling, there should be an like automotive company who will be traveling, like giving him a sponsorship like that. And second thing, those who want to like get popular in that region, they will give an sponsorship to get display on the LED screen and
Right.
everywhere. So these are the like revenue stream. And the third one is the like people who want to keep the merchandise or stall, like a food stall. But mostly in this kind of event, there will be a less stall. Like nobody will prefer to get like put the stall in like nightlife
Artists.
events. Like there will be a, like when you are doing a pop artist shows, like let's say rap shows or thing, then the people will selling the like merchandise. But like India's, like there will be a no show. So basic things I will say, like get the numbers on the paper. Don't assume that yeah, this will be the numbers. Get everything on paper and then make an offer to the venue, to their artist, and their accommodations and travels and everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, in your opinion, what's the difference between a successful event and one that flops?
Items like flop events is like no one is attending, or like no one is enjoying. In my like successful events, it's like everyone should enjoy, like it should be a decent crowd. And like the most important thing is artists need to enjoy the show.
Right.
If artist is not enjoying, he's like just playing like his given hours, like 1 hour or 2 hours. Like for an example, DJ Chetas, he's like asking a lot of money, but he will be playing 1 hour and 30 minutes on the stage. And if you heard the number, you like you is taking this kind of money and just playing 1.5 hours. But like he's a really nice guy, to be honest. When we did the shows in Toronto, he was on a stage for like 2.5 hours because he
Wow.
enjoyed the show. And when artist says that you guys are amazing tonight, then you have to understand that this is the best show you hosted and it's a successful show.
Wow.
Yeah. Or else like artists will just run away when the time is over. Yeah.
That's right. Let's talk about the technology. How has technology changed the way events are organized?
So in terms of like that, right now there is a really nice technologies, but the one I like it is 3D mapping.
Okay.
So I'm just getting know about that technology and just implement it in like my next event. So how it works is like the person who is going to attend the event, they can actually see the staging and the dancing area, the bar area in the 3D map.
Oh, wow.
When they go on the ticketing website, they will see like what ticket they are booking, what kind of like VIP service they are getting. If they are booking the VIP service, what kind of stage and sound, like lighting system there will be, VFX and FFX, like that. So that is the most nicest technology I like it till date now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how do you use social media and digital marketing to sell out the events that you organize?
So basically, that's a nice question, I say. I don't want to reveal my technology like strategies, but I will say social media is good to show up. Like people, you will like in India there isn't like one line, I don't know, but how we say in English, but one line it says like the more you see, the more people buy.
Right.
Yeah, so I use that as my sellout events, to do my sellout events.
That's a
So
top secret.
yeah, so people need to see if your event want, like if you want your event to get sold out. Like every third, like if people, like mostly you will know that people are addicted to the reels nowadays.
Right.
They're like scrolling down 1 or 2 hours straight. They like, you have to add your content in that reel every 3 reel. And that is the toughest thing. Like if you are having a marketing expert, then only you can do that, or else you cannot add every like third reel that is your reel in the reel content. So I have spent a lot in marketing, a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we talk about artists and you talk about DJs as well. So how do you build a relationship with big name and artists and DJs, even if you are newcomer, you know? And what are the challenges of working with international talent? What's your experience?
So first, building a relation with artist is like a tough thing because they don't trust like anyone. Even it's the same 50-50 ratio on the both the side. The organizer don't trust the artist. Artist don't trust the organizer. That's like
Okay.
everything is same everywhere.
Or even if
So
it's a
yeah,
new event organizer or experienced event
yeah,
organizer, doesn't matter.
yeah.
Okay.
So nowadays a really nice thing is happening. So there isn't one like one company who is like having a different offices like their branches in different countries. So let's say I want to book an international artist, let's say Martin Garrix.
Okay.
Okay, he's like a world's number one EDM artist. So if I want to book him, I have to send in like there is a booking person between me and Martin Garrix, and there will be like three-person. So first is the booking person who will be representing Canada for him. Second will be his tour manager, and third he will be like personal manager. So first I will be sending my inquiry to the booking manager, like the booking person who will be like handling my inquiry and taking that whole like book to the tour manager, and then tour manager will review it everything, the background and everything. They will also ask how much fund do you have it in your pocket to host this event. Then it will goes to the personal manager, and once the personal manager approves that, then you will get that thing like the Martin Garrix will play it for you. So international art is the different thing than if you're booking an Indian artist. That is a different thing. Like Indian artist is mostly comes on the trust. Like I have like really nice relation with Chetas. Sometimes we directly call, like talk on the call, like Darshit, I want to do the show in US, Canada. He just called me like couple of days back when I
Yeah.
wasn't. So we are working on that. But like if I need some artist, I will say ask to the Chetas, like if you can give me this artist, I want to do his tour. Then he will connect me to the another manager, that artist manager. That is how we work. So first we have to build the trust with the artist and like organizer. So building a trust, then moving forward to the different artists. You like if you go like somewhere, like let's say I want to book Divine, their manager directly says no. I had an experience. I sent them an email. I told them I want to do US Canada tour with Divine. He was like, no, we are not interested for this year. And I take the reference. I go through that guy, and he was like, okay, tell me the dates on which dates we are doing the tour. That's a difference, you know.
Yeah.
So you have to be like very reputed, and like first of all, like don't break that trust. Once it is break, like nobody's going to believe, because like in India the word spread really fast. So don't break the trust. Just keep it simple and nice, and just keep them happy.
All right.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to deal with an artist not showing up or last minute change or anything like that? Worst experience?
So far so good. Like nothing like that, to be honest. Like I had like for the smaller event, I had that kind of issue, but like the smaller event I do with only like one or two DJs, and those DJs are really nice. They will send another artist to cover them, and they know my taste, that I am the guy who need everything like best. Like I don't want a random guy playing a music and people don't like, because like in particularly in nightlife parties, it's like in DJs there is a BPM. BPM means like low BPM to high BPM. In low BPM, people will just like dance very like calmly and everything, and like high BPM song is like people like that is more energetic songs. So DJs should know that this have to go like that. The music go have to like that. So my DJs covers me because I take a good care of them, so I don't face that kind of issues.
Have you had any major event failures, or what did you learn from them, or anything like that?
I had it like I the the sold out event I told in April 2022, like 2023, sorry. After that, I hosted a party. Like I was in overconfidence. Like I want to like host another party with this many people and everything. I hosted a party. It was like nice red carpet event. You won't believe. So, like from 700 plus people, not even 7 people bought that ticket. Yeah.
Wow.
Then I realized that
Mm.
I have to like be specific and be knowledgeable about what kind of party when I can throw. So let's say when it is in like winter, you cannot throw the summer party. Obviously, I
Mm.
did the same mistake, like red carpet theme, and it was like fully summer, and people do not like wearing a three-piece suit or like something like that. So that was like a major failure for me, but
Mm.
I learned a lot from that.
Wow.
Yeah,
So I think I talk about this as well. I think you share about DJ Cheta's events and
yeah,
your call with your dad.
yeah.
If you have to remember, what's been your most memorable event so far and why? Is that the
It's
one?
yeah, DJ Chetas one because like I worked for that event day and night
Mhm.
and make it successful, and especially seeing my father crying like happily, that's like a most memorable event for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. We're still in event management and different, branches of event management.
Hmm.
How do you pitch sponsors and get funding for events?
So that's a difficult task for me to be honest because I like to pitch business ideas, but not for the sponsorship because getting a sponsor is pretty hard because like every time they thinks that we are just posting the banners and that's it, they are not getting any audience. But for my company, if somebody is sponsoring the event, it's like they are getting exposure everywhere.
Mm.
I am doing the social media marketing for them. I'm also offering 1 month social media. I run like I have small venture running a social media management company for like growing audience, like not growing business, sorry, not audience. So I offer also 1 month free social media marketing for their business.
Nice.
So that is how I pitch the idea because like business want exposure and I give them exposure. Like if I have to do it for free, like paid thing for free, I will do for them.
Mm.
That is how I gain their trust.
Can you share an example of like working with a successful brand collaborations?
Successful brand, yeah. So in Chetas, I have like Chetas has a special request for traveling in between, like between hotel to the club. So he wants like a nice supercars. So I have really nice collaboration with Nawab Motors in Brampton. They're like they have each and every cars in their showroom. So
Luxurious car.
luxurious car, like supercars. Yeah,
Supercars.
so they have G wagon in Previs and like regular G wagons. They have G like another G wagon with like six wheels, like six-wheel drive. So I went over there, and for to be honest, for this bigger event, I have like a guy who only deals with the sponsorship. So we both went over there, and mostly he pitched the ideas for me. Like he pitched everything for me for the in terms of sponsorship. So we went over there, and he was like, "We are looking for the owner, not for the manager, directly owner." So it's like, okay, what's the reason? I was like, we are doing this kind of shows and everything, and our artist has a special request. So the it was like really nice. They literally like help us a lot in terms of marketing. They share the stories and reels on the Instagram, and that reels went like 900,000 views, and that was a like really nice collaboration we had it. And the another thing is like they have a like high quality in that marketing press kit as well. When we had a they have only one condition, I will say. They just told me like before Chetas come on a stage, they want to display their showroom video, and the video they like made it is like really amazing, like
Mm.
with a bunch of supercars, and they all the supercars they give to the Chetas, like there is a like 10 supercar convoy for one single guy. Like there are like three Lamborghinis, two McLarens, two G-Wagons, and like Alfa Romeos or something like that. I have the videos. I will show you it after the podcast,
Sure, sure.
but it was like really nice brand collaboration. I had it.
Wow,
Yeah.
beautiful. What advice would you give to new event planners looking for sponsorship? This is gonna be big, big
I will say for
advice.
the newcomer who is trying to get in the event industry, don't go after the sponsors first of all. I made the mistake
Why?
because like when you are the newcomer, you're hosting a small events. You really don't need the sponsorships. So like what people do is like they go to the business owners, they will get bunch of dollars to host the events, and after all they are keeping all the money in their pocket, and they are not even like utilizing that money for the next event. They are just enjoying that money. So I will say, first of all, learn how to run the business without the sponsorship, then go after the sponsorship when you're hosting the large scale event. When you're hosting an event above like 1500,000, like 1500, let's say 15,000, $15,000 event, then you can go after the sponsorship. But below 15,000, just don't go after the sponsorship. You can do it by yourself.
Okay. Oh, let's move on to you have organized many different cultural events as
Yeah.
well, successful cultural events as well. How do your events help promote South Asian culture in Canada? And what role do cultural events play in connecting immigrant communities?
So I have hosted like many cultural events, and first of all is Navratri I mentioned before, and second one I just launched Indian Food Carnival. That is like first Indian Food Carnival in Northern Ontario hosted by me, and I was like totally unexpected, like surprised when the people were showing up. That was like the ground is owned by the city, and the guy who is maintaining that ground, he's like, this is the craziest crowd I ever seen, because like the time I keep the timing very short, like 3 p.m. to like around 10 p.m. or something like that, and there were like, you won't believe, like around 15 to 17,000 people just come for that. People were lining up, like it was like pretty big lines. Like I have the photos and everything. It was like pretty big lines, and that is the most successful cultural event I had it. And I'm planning to build that for the future. For this year, I'm planning for 2 days, and I'm also planning in the different cities as well.
All right. Yeah, you just mentioned, Indian Food Carnival. It was
Yeah.
a game changer for you. What inspired you to launch the first Indian food festival in Northern Ontario, and what makes a great food festival experience for attendees?
So first of all, the only inspiration I got like from for this event is like wherever I go, now Canadian local people likes to try new food, especially butter chicken and naan is the favorite thing for them. And everyone, like where I worked before, many different like many different places, like I used to work at the mechanic shop and everywhere, and all the people says like, I want to have the butter chicken. I was like, "Dude, I'm the veg guy. You don't expect any non-veg things from me." But that brings me in a light, and like I hosted a Indian Food Carnival. I was like literally not expecting this much of people, to be honest. like from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. it's like too many people, but like I want to just keep doing this one.
So, how do food festivals differ from music and entertainment events?
So food festival is like many people like to try new things, like music and everything, like they can have it, and they cannot, in music they can listen on like online everywhere, but in food, like especially for Indian Food Carnival, they will see how the food is prepared, because
Right.
to any vendor who wants to be a part of Indian Food Carnival, they have to do the live cooking. That's the my rule. Like those who are bringing the ready-made food, those are not allowed to serve the food because I have one thing that I want to show off my culture, like how, especially in the food side, like how the food is made, and the Indian Food Carnival is the best, like best example, like people like witness for that.
All right, interesting. Almost at the end, we don't have much time, but I do have lots many questions. So I jump into this question. Those aspiring, event management organizer. What do you want to say? What legal or licensing requirements should event organizers be aware of, especially in Canada?
So I will say when you're hosting your small scale events, and uh, let's say you are doing any event at the city property, you will need like lots of paperwork, lots of like let's say legal license, then police clearance, then you have like permissions for all the vendor who are serving the food, insurance for all of them, then your event insurance, then if you are hanging the lights and everything, you need to get the permission from the city. If you are doing the fireworks, you need the permission. If you are playing music, you need the permission.
Oh my
For
God.
everything you need the permission.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
so
yeah.
lots of legal works, I will say. Like if you are planning to build a game, like a good name, then start with the corporation. Like you have to limitize your company name and then go from there.
What advice would you give to someone who dreams of breaking into the event industry but does not know where to start? Just, just have the passion like you and
So
want to transition from one place to another in event management industry.
only advice I will give is like start working for successful event company like Live Nation or any other music festival. Like first identify the taste that in which event industry you want to go. Like you want to go, like there is a lots of different categories like live concert, DJ, like nightlife, then like corporate events, conferences and everything. Identify the role that you want to go in and just work for that company for 1 to 3 years and then start your own company, because if you go directly like me, you will face lots of problem. You will like surprise every time, like what is this new document they are asking, what is this, like what is the DJ is asking, what is the artist. So every time you will face a new surprise, but if you work and if you have experience for 1 to 3 years, you'll like everything is like on your fingertips, and you will be like sorting out all the problems without any hesitations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No doubt on that. So, how do you see the event industry evolving in the next 5 to 10 years? And what new trends in event production excite you the most?
Event industry has lots of money. I will say now after COVID, it was dropped down like $1,200 billion. It is at, and now it is at $1,300 billion. Like it jumped by $100 million in 2 years. And I will say after the COVID, the way the event industry is like going up, it will be like another 50% growth in like another 5 to 10 years. Because like every time that you see any famous celebrity doing the show, let's say Diljit, Karan Aujla, they were sold out everywhere.
Wow.
Coldplay sold out everywhere. They are like making a huge revenue. Like they are into the billions of dollar. And if the company is like going like this, then the event industry, you can imagine where it is going.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, how do you plan to scale your business and reach bigger audiences? That's my one question. And another is, if you could host any event anywhere in the world, what would it be?
I want to host like Martin Garrix's show in Toronto. I have a dream to have my own venue, like big venue, like in the warehouse theme. And
Darshit venue.
I was like already have the names, like the warehouse venue, and the first artist I want is Martin Garrix for that place.
Wow.
And because like I have learned one thing is like when you start a new business, like in especially in event industry, like you have to be top notch in your region. So if you are doing this kind of event, like let's say if you are bringing Martin Garrix, then every eyes will be on you, and people will know that there is a place that you can go on weekend, or you can host any other events, because that's enough space to do any kind of events. So I have this dream, and sooner or later, let's say, I will be accomplishing that.
Oh, absolutely. If you go like this, one fine day, you're gonna host the event with your dream artist for sure.
Yeah.
All the best with that.
Yes, thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, Darshit ji, for your time and for this wonderful insights. Those who are thinking of organizing an event, and then those who are, here in Canada to, study and then do something else, and but transitioning from one field to another passion. You are the perfect example for them. What do you want to say to them? Those who want to transition from one field to completely different field,
I will
which they are passionate about.
I will say stay consistent what you are selecting. Like first of all, select what you want to go in, stay consistent, and don't stick to one single like concept. Bring new concept every time, because people don't like to eat the same thing every day. People like to eat everything new every day. So I will say bring the new concept in the industry, make a good money, and enjoy the life.